14 November 1965. In the first major battle of the war in Vietnam, 450 soldiers of the Army's 7th Cavalry find themselves surrounded and outnumbered by North Vietnamese regulars.
The fire is siphoning through the grass. Machine guns are firing at you. Rocket-propelled grenades. All of it coming down. I can't even describe, and I've been there, what that's like. My name is Joe Galloway. I'm a war correspondent. On a couple of bad days in November of 1965, I was at a place called Landing Zone X-Ray in the Nha Trang Valley of Vietnam.
When the fight's at its worst, Lieutenant Colonel Hal Moore, the battalion commander, closes the LZ. 2 of his helicopters have been shot up so badly they can't fly out. His lifeline is now cut.
This is like Custer's last stand that's going on down there.
But Colonel Moore has what Custer didn't have. Hueys, piloted by 2 extraordinary men.
My name is Ed Freeman, and all I ever wanted to be was a good soldier.
For what he did that day, Ed Freeman was awarded the Medal of Honor in 2001. Now, that same honor is given to Bruce Crandall.
My name is Bruce Crandall, and I believe in duty, honor, and country.
Crandall and Freeman have been friends for 50 years. Just don't ask them who's the better pilot.
I am
Oh, no.
the best helicopter pilot.
It might have been after I retired.
Retire? They didn't even think they'd live out the day. All they knew was that despite the intense fire, they were going back to that closed LZ to save their friends.
I commanded the outfit, and Ed was second. I called in the aircraft commanders from the rest of my aircraft and told them that I was planning on going back, and I asked for volunteers.
And I stepped forward and I said, I'll take it.
And if I could have figured out a way to change his mind, I probably would have tried it. But I knew better.
Couldn't change my mind.
Under extreme hostile fire, they flew men and ammo in and the wounded out. Not once, not twice, but 14 times after the LZ was closed.
They had to do it. They had to do it. Not by orders, but by the orders of their own heart.
Joe Galloway and Hal Moore wrote a book about the battle called We Were Soldiers Once and Young. And from the book came the movie.
It's hard from 40 years distant to look back and see just how revolutionary that was. That suddenly infantrymen are going to fly into battle.
November 14th was when everybody knew, hey, this beats horses.
That day in '65, that Huey was the greatest invention known to mankind, particularly that kid that either needed ammo or water coming into the LZ or needed a ride coming out of the LZ.
The Huey was one tough bird.
Quite tough bird. Wonderful to fly. What we didn't know in 1965 is how well would it hold up to ground fire. And we found out it was wonderful.
As warfare has evolved, you'll see the battlefield has changed. However, the one thing that hasn't changed is that soldiers still fight for one another. And I think that's the bottom line.
Soldiers have a different heart, a very special heart. It is a willingness to give of yourself even unto death, from the beginning of history right through today.
My name is Daryl Salzman, part of Alpha Company 2 of the 135 Infantry. My Humvee was hit by an IED in Iraq. Next thing I know, I kind of wake up I realized I can't fit my arm. I had to be medevaced out along with the other 2 people in my vehicle. I don't know who the pilots were, but they definitely saved my life.
What a blood brotherhood this is. Unending, unending. It just goes on. If there is war, they are there. Both the men on the ground and the men in the air.
If your family was on the ground, your sons or daughters were on the ground and needed help, what would you do? And that's what we did.
And we did it well. And I don't think anybody did it any better than we did. And we backed each other up.
The thing that we did as a team was to establish in the infantry mind, as well as in our own people's mind, that we would come if called. And we had a hell of a confidence in ourselves and each other. I knew he was the second best helicopter pilot in the Army, and
Not even close.
I see. I tried to throw that in there again. It didn't work, did it?
Major Bruce Crandall, Medal of Honor.